Good morning, I am Shawn de Odsinada from 11 Plato. Today, I will discuss the cases in normal distribution. In normal distribution, it has 4 cases, but the only I will discuss or I will show you how to solve is only case number 1. So, let's start. So here, in case 1, it has a greater than, to the right, at least, more than, and above. It is positive. And the notation of positive is P of Z greater than A. And the operation is subtract the area corresponds to the given from 0.5. So next, the negative. It has the same words that we need to remember, which is the greater than, to the right, at least, more than, and above. But notation of negative is different, which is P of Z is greater than negative A. And the operation of it is add 0.5 to corresponds area. So it means that if you see a positive number, we need to subtract the correspond area to the 0.5. And if we see a negative number, it means that we need to add the 0.5 to corresponds area. Now we will proceed to solving, but first I will show you the examples and the steps that we need to follow. Number 1 is find the area greater than z is equals to 1. The first step is draw a normal curve. Number 2 is locate the z value. 3 is draw a line through the z value. Number 4 is shade the required region. And the next step is 5. Consult the z table and find the area that corresponds to z is equals to 1. It means that we need to get our z table so we can find the area that corresponding to z is equals to 1. And next is examine the graph and use probability notation to form an equation, the appropriate operation to get the required area. And last is make a statement indicating the required area, or in number 7 we need to make a conclusion. So now we are going to proceed to find the area greater than z is equals to 1. It's much important that we need to follow the steps that I showed you earlier. So the first step is we need to draw a normal curve, which is this. After we draw this normal curve, we need to locate the z value. Our z value is z is equals to positive 1. After we found this z value, we need to draw a line in the normal curve. Since this is positive 1 and this is the positive 1 in the normal curve, here is the thing that we will draw a line. So after we draw a line, we need to proceed to the fourth step, that we need to shade the required region. So it says that greater than, so we need to shade here in the positive side of normal curve. So after we shaded the required region, we need to proceed to the fifth step. We need to consult the z table and find the area that corresponds to z is equals to 1. So here is our z table. So it says that we need to find, or we will consult the z table. So here is the z value. We need to put a 00 if it's only one digit, so we can find the area. So first we need to get these first 2 digits, 1.0. So we will find it down here in the z, down here. So here 1.0. So now the 0 or the third digit is 0, so we need to find it in the z to the right. So it's the third digit is 0. We need to find it down here until we reach the 1.0. So 1.00. So the answer or the area is 0.3413. So now the area is, wait lang, z is equals to 1 corresponds to an area of, I forgot, sorry, 0.3413. Oh, 3413. We will need to automatically add a 0 here. So the sixth step is we need to examine the graph and use probability notation to form an equation showing the appropriate operation to get the required area. So the first here is we need to put the notation, which is P is equals to Z. This is Z greater than 1. So we need to subtract since this is positive in the operation. So 0.5 minus or subtract to the area, which is 0.3413. So the answer is, wait, let me get my calculator. Yeah. So 0.5 minus 0.3413. 34, ay, wait. So yeah. So here is 0.3413. So the answer is 0.1587. So the answer is 0.1587. So the last step that we need to do is we need to make a conclusion. So here is the last step, number 7. So the conclusion is the proportion of the area greater than Z is equals to 1 is the answer that we found here. Greater than Z is equals to 1 is 0.1587. So that's it. So now we will going to proceed to the example number 2. So now we will going to proceed in example number 2. Find the proportion of the area above Z is equals to -1. In the example number 1 and this example number 2, it has a same solving, but in number 6 in this example number 2, we will be going to add the area to 0.5, not like on example 1 we subtract it to 0.5. So let's start. Here in example number 2, we will going to find the proportion of the area above Z is equals to -1. Just like in example number 1, in the first step we need to draw a normal curve. So first, let's draw a normal curve, and the second step is we need to find or to locate the Z value. Our Z value is Z is equals to -1. So the third step is we need to draw a line in the normal curve. So since this is -1, we are going to draw a line here in -1 or in the negative side of the normal curve. Since this is -1, we will going to draw a line here in -1. So in the fourth step, we need to shade the required region. It says that we need to find the proportion of the area above. So we're going to shade here to the left of a normal curve. So after this, after we shade shaded the required region, we're going to proceed to the fifth step. So we need to consult the Z table again and find the area that corresponds to Z is equals to -1. So here is our Z table. So just like what we did before, we will need to add a 0 0 here, and let's get the first digit. This is 1.0 again. So here in Z table downwards, so 1.0, and the third digit here is 0, so we're going just to proceed here 0. So Z is equals to 0. Just like here 1.0 and 0. So the answer or the area is 0.3413. So the Z is equals to -1 corresponds to an area of 0.3413. So after that, we will going to proceed in the step number 6. We're just going to examine the graph and use probability notation to form an equation using the appropriate operation to get the required area. So our notation is P is equals to Z is greater than -1. So in the operation of the negative, we're just going to add the corresponding area to 0.5. We're just going to add, not like in example 1. Since in example 1 the given is positive, we're just going to subtract it. But here in example 2, since this is negative, we're going to add the 0.5 to corresponding area. So 0.5 plus 0.3413. So we're just going to use our calculator, and so 0.5 plus, this is the plus sign, to, we will just going to add this corresponding area. So 0.3413. So the answer is 0.8 with 0.8 for 13. 0.8 for 13. So after this, we already found the area or the answer. We're just going to make a conclusion again. So the proportion of the area above Z is equals to -1 is, we're just going to put this answer here, is 0.8413. So that's it. I hope you learned today, guys. Thank you very much. Be happy.